This podcast is proudly brought to you by Rain Capital. Are you a first-time home buyer or in search of your dream home? Rain Capital is here to guide you through the mortgage process, ensuring you get the best rates and expert advice. Take the stress out of home financing with Rain Capital, your key to a seamless home buying experience. If you're in the Sydney area, definitely give them a call. They're a friend of ours. I've left the link down below. You can check them out on their website as well.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. My name is Jem. I'm here with Ash from Rain Capital once again. Today we've got some special guests, a good friend of mine from the gym. I've known him maybe close to 15 years now, maybe more, since I was a little kid, and he was like the older kuya type in the gym. He's always been good-spirited to me. Whenever I'd see him, he'd be great energy, and whenever I see him out in the streets or or at the shops and everything, it's all love because he's a real top bloke. So today we've got Dennis Enrile from 8eight in Haymarket, and he also works out of Nibbles.Tattoo. Yeah. And his best mate Blake from 8eight Tattoo Studio. Yeah. Welcome, boys.
Finally made it.
Yeah, we've been trying to get this going for maybe a month now. Everyone is super busy, especially with these boys running their own businesses now. So, boys, how's everything? How's the family? How's life?
Family's good. Family's always good. I don't know.
Family's got to be good, eh?
Family's got to be good. They're there, you know.
Yeah.
You got to be there for them. So.
How many kids do you have?
Two.
You have two?
Kids, yeah. So I've got a 12-year-old, which you know about.
Yep.
You know what I mean. And out of nowhere, man, I'm just fucking 1-year-old.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Recently?
1-year-old, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just when you thought you couldn't do it anymore, just out
That's
of
a
the blue.
big gap.
Yeah, big gap.
So you have the daughter and a son, or a daughter and a daughter?
No, daughter and a son.
Daughter and a
Yeah,
son?
the son's a lot different to the daughter. You know, I can tell from, I don't know if it's my age or, yeah, because I was only pretty young when I had my my daughter. So
Yeah, how old
I
are
don't
you?
know if I'm just old and cranky now with the
How old were you
1-year-old.
when you had your daughter?
I think 28.
Yeah.
28, yeah.
That's a big age gap.
Yeah.
But I think it's different when it's a girl that's the ate, and
Yeah.
then the
Oh,
boy
she's
is the
so good,
younger,
man,
because
yeah.
she will be very loving towards him.
Oh, dude, she's the best. She's the best. Just what I imagined, you know? Yeah. I know a lot of people talk up their kids, man, but I think my daughter, she's, yeah, I don't even know how to explain it, man. She's the best, eh? Yeah.
The one thing that I always remember about you when we were like training, maybe 7 years ago now, maybe longer now, is whenever I'd ask you about your daughter, you're like, I love her so much, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I love being a girl dad. I love being around her. But then I'd say, and then you'd say like, I used to always see other babies, and I just look at them like, oh yeah, babies, like,
Yeah.
because they're not my baby. But my baby, when I'd see
Yeah.
her, and it always stuck with me
Yeah.
for some reason. It always stuck with me whenever you'd say, oh bro, when I'm with my daughter, like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. But when I see other babies, just baby.
Yeah, I didn't like other kids, just mine.
I remember you telling me. Yeah, I remember you telling me. And Blake, you have a few kids
I've
now?
got 2 kids.
Yeah,
kids?
beautiful kids.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Boy and girl? Or?
My daughter, Isabella, and my son, Luca.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How old are they?
My daughter's 7, Luca's 3.
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
They're a blessing, you know?
Yeah,
Changed my
blessing.
life.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Very lucky, very lucky. Good wife to go with it, so
Yeah,
count our
blessed.
blessings every day, bro.
And you just started a business, right?
Yeah. So I started a private studio in Lane Cove.
Lane Cove.
Yeah.
You
tattoo
live out
studio.
that way for a while now?
Yeah. Been on the north for a little bit. Yeah.
But you guys both are from out here, yeah? Like how?
Yeah, man. Man, I've known Blake for like 20 years.
Yeah.
He's been
It's
my
a
best
long
mate for
time.
like 20 years, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's, I don't know, yeah, man. It's just, we've known each other for a long
How did
time.
you-
We've done so much together.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it all, you know, the good, bad, the ugly. We've started our own shop together, you know, years ago.
Where was that?
That was in Mount Druitt. Yeah, it was in the back of a gym. You know what I mean? It wasn't even DA approved, nothing. It was like, yeah. I remember we just got it. We didn't even sign anything. The owner of the gym just goes, look, we've got room in the back of the gym. If
That was
you
at
want it."
Ultra Gym, yeah?
Yeah, Ultra Fit.
Ultra Fit?
Ultra
yeah.
Fit.
Ultra fit. Yeah.
Ultra Fit gym. Did you ever go there?
No, but I just remember when I was really young and you would say, I got work or...
Yeah. I remember you when you were really young, man.
Yeah.
He was like this fat kid. Fat kid that was yeah, always he always had a good heart, you know. He wasn't like the other kids. He wasn't like the other kids from his age, you know. He was you can tell he's gonna be a good guy. So yeah.
Thanks, bro. So what was it like when you guys? Do you remember much from the Mount Druitt days when you guys were doing all that?
I don't know. What do you want to know?
So what gave you guys the idea to start? Or first, let's start with, how did you guys get into tattooing at first?
Oh man, look, I was just a broke kid. I was a broke kid that wanted free tats. So there's no fantasy story about me getting into the tattoo industry. I was looking for shops to work at, just so I can get free tattoos, you know. And I landed one. I landed one in Mount Druitt. Yeah. So yeah, plenty of stories about that place. But yeah, that's just how I started. And from there, I just went to other shops, you know. And I think for me, like the one of the first people I got in to the tattoo industry was Ron. I think the second one was Blake. So yeah. So Ron's been around the industry for a long time, man. I think we done our apprenticeship together. So I was in a shop already. I swear I don't know if there was any other philos that was.
No, I don't think
I think I was the first. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I was. Yeah.
Like in those days.
Yeah, man. This is like 2006.
Yeah.
So I got my foot in the
ago
door,
now.
and Ron, he goes, "How did you get into the tattoo shop, man?" I was like, man.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm working for these bikies. And he's like, man, get me in. I was like, sweet, give me some artwork. We got him some artwork, and fucking bang, we done an apprenticeship together. So I was like maybe 4 months in before he came in, and yeah, that was the first shop. And then I started to work at this other shop in, where was it? Wentworthville.
Yeah.
Wentworthville. Yeah. There was no artist in there, so I was like, man, fuck, I need to get some artists in here. You know, I was so booked. Back in those days, there wasn't much shops. You know, there wasn't. Man, there was honestly, there was like 20 in like Sydney.
Yeah.
You know, back in those days. So I was like, man, I'm gonna call my mate Blake. I called my mate Blake, and I was like, man, we need fucking artists. You know, so we got him in. He wasn't even tattooing at the time, so he learned as we were going.
Put it together.
Did you both know when you guys were younger that you guys had like a creative spirit, or you guys were good at drawing? Or
None whatsoever.
No, really? Oh.
I learned while tattooing. I thought, you know, when you're a kid, you always think you're a good drawer, you know? You always think you're a good drawer until you start working with professionals. Yeah. You start working with other tattooers, you see how they do it, and you just progress from there.
Okay.
Like that, I had no talent.
Yeah.
I just wanted free tattoos, remember? So getting in there, I'd done a couple of drawings, that was shit, you know? Okay. But I think the tattooing I caught the back end of the rough days, so yeah, it was real rough back then. So.
What about you, Blake? During school and that, would you be drawing when you were in school and just do like random things, or did you just practice? Oh, you did?
I used to do a lot of graffiti, so yeah. I used to do a lot of graffiti.
Okay.
Yeah, so I met Dan, and
that's what he was known for, man. He done mad.
What was your tag?
Yeah. Nibbles.
Nibbles.
Yeah. So I still keep the name here and there, you know, just to so people know.
If we went around the area, would we find someone? Nah.
I always tell him to go tag again, you know. But he's just so busy. We're just so busy with family, you know. I love his graph.
There's no money in it, but
that's what attracted me to him, you know. Like the stuff that he was doing. I remember he was painting hats. He was painting hats for the boys. Yeah. I was like, man, this is sick, bro. You can make some good money out of this, you know. Like,
just trying to do whatever we could, you know.
Man, Blake's graph is fucking OG.
Yeah.
Would you rate that piece behind you?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. we could do something like that. Yeah. No problem.
You get into? Did you ever do like proper murals for?
Yeah, we used to do. We used to hit the streets mainly.
Oh,
yeah. Mainly train lines, streets, pieces.
But not official. Like say Blacktown Council said, "Hey, we need a mural at this." Walk.
A few of my mates were doing them. I was just trying to make a name, come up, and then I met this guy, and all fell into place. Thanks to him. He led me on this path that we call a tattoo, the career of tattooing. Yeah,
it was a lot different back then, huh?
Yeah.
How much has it changed, do you reckon?
Oh man, it's completely changed.
You know, when Den says there was only a few tattoo shops in Sydney, it's because the bikies had a law that, like, you couldn't be in a 5 kilometre radius of where a bird flew,
Yeah.
right? So
That was the
say
rules.
there was a shop, you couldn't have a tattoo shop. Yeah, so this is how we come up, you know, with these rules. There was certain things that you couldn't do, you know?
Yeah, because there was a time, I think maybe 5-10 years ago, right, where there was a time like when New South Wales police was like cracking down on the bikies and, you know, on all the shops and anything that had association with it.
Yeah.
What do you think that time was like for you guys?
I don't know. That was
It was normal to us. The industry and bikies went hand in hand. So for us to know a bikie, it was commonplace because we had to tattoo for these guys.
Yeah.
They bring in laws and expect you not to have any association or any type of...
So how did it affect you guys?
oh
This
man,
guy didn't get a tattoo license for 7 years,
I
man.
can't remember
I
yours.
couldn't get my tattoo license.
You had to go to
just 'cause
Canberra.
I remember.
Before that rule
Crazy.
came out, like you couldn't have any criminal records. You know what I mean? I had one from way back, and they knocked me back from my tattoo license. So I think it was like what 2013 or something. They had that
Yeah,
rule.
yeah, they
So
brought it in.
everybody that had a criminal record or was associated with bikies couldn't get their tattoo license, and that's why heaps of people moved to like Melbourne. I
Yeah.
was like, man, I can't move to Melbourne.
I
It's
remember
too
you
far.
had to drive
Yeah.
to
I had to
Canberra.
go
This
to
guy,
Canberra, yeah.
this guy was doing hours and hours and hours of driving.
I remember.
Daughter was young, you
Yeah.
know?
I remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, it affected me pretty bad, eh?
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, like I wouldn't have it any other way, you know? Yeah.
What about during COVID? What did you guys do?
Don't start with COVID.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
how was that during that time?
It was
Last
hard,
2
man. We
years.
got put off straight away. We were the first ones to get put off during COVID. Us and hairdressers.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very difficult, you know.
Survived it, but
You go from
Garage
6,000
shops.
a week
Yeah.
to $1,000
the thing
from
is,
Centrelink.
I've never not worked since I was like 19, so I got to sit around for a couple of years.
Yeah. Also, it was
No,
like
it was
a kind of like a.
It was alright. It was a bit
semi-retirement break.
stressful, but
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean. Like that's
Because a lot of people don't see that insight of,
Yeah.
you know, front-facing jobs or,
Yeah,
Issues?
yeah.
for example, like I was working during that time. We were probably just doing our stuff on the laptop. We were still employed, but there was guys
Yeah.
like you guys. Yeah,
Yep.
there was no
Yeah.
way that you could make money.
Well, the thing
oh
is,
man,
yeah.
people were still tattooing on the side. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
yeah,
that.
for sure.
Yeah,
you had
yeah.
to survive.
Yeah, you can't just take away someone's livelihood, you know.
No.
They said non-essential service, but to us it's an essential service. It's what we do to feed our family. So it's very essential to us. So
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
It was. I'm just taking it all in.
Come on, Ash. You want to ask some tattoo questions?
Oh, I brought Ash. I actually brought. I told Ash, you got to be on this podcast with me with Den. This is the speaking of like garage
our
doing
history
jobs.
was
Yeah.
funny
So
one.
Ash always tells me when we talk, and then I'll bring you up, or somehow you come up in conversation whenever I go. Remember Den? I see you post or something. We'll talk about, because me and this guy are nearly together every day. 'Cause
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
at the gym, and he's like, "Oh yeah, actually, I do." Yeah, Den. He said that you guys were drunk one time or something.
Yeah.
Where was that?
No, you-
So my tattoo was done in his garage.
Beautiful. I think
So
I've got a
was
couple
like,
of them.
oh, that one, yeah. It was like, what was it? I was in Michael's house, Bernardo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking. I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I like wolf. Like I've always loved wolf, right? And I had this piece in my mind. I was like, I'll get it one day, right? And Michael and I were talking, and Michael had a meeting with you, right?
What kind of meeting?
A rendezvous. Or?
So we were gonna, he was gonna go to your house,
Yeah.
right, and hang out. And he's like, you know what? Let's go. And that was it. It was like 10 in the morning or 9 in the morning. I was in Michael's house after training. And then he goes, let's go. So we went to your house in Rudy Hill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And before I know it, we're sitting in his garage, right? We're like, we're gonna do it, right? And we started doing. And then the boys came. It's like, it was a complete different experience for me, right?
Yeah.
There's like, you remember you used to have the bench press
Yeah.
in your garage?
Still got
There's
that. Haven't used it.
There's like one guy doing bench press, few other guys they're drinking and everything.
Ghetto.
6 hours later,
That's
my
tattoo.
dad's done.
Tattoo. That's that all for you.
And I remember, you know what? Because it was Eid day, right? And well, of course, my background is Muslim, right? So I had to go to one of my cousin's place, and they're very religious, right? And I just got my tats done from Dennis's place. I was like putting the shirt down and everything, and that day I got in trouble as well. What's this? I said, well, nothing.
Oh, you should have done a better job, man, hiding that. I remember, man, I had this mate, his brother, as a teenager, had a tat on his neck. And he still lived with his parents, right? He still lived with his parents. But for years he's had it and his parents have never seen it. I'm like, man, how does he get away with it? He reckons he put a towel over his head every time he was home. and just watched TV, went to the fridge, just with a towel on his neck all the time, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck.
He's
Yeah,
good.
you could have done that.
He's good.
Good. But for me, I mean, like, you know, in life, you go through different stages in life, right? And there are some memories in your life, it sticks to you like the best memories. Your garage was one of the best memories in
man,
my life.
That's
man.
nice.
That's mad.
I remember, I think your partner was just pregnant at that time.
How many
you
years ago?
didn't have
13, 12 years ago.
baby yet, or
Which partner?
which one? No, I don't think you had baby yet.
Nah? Oh,
Nah.
she's pregnant.
She was pregnant.
Yeah,
She
no,
was
no
pregnant.
babies you knew about, eh?
No, but it was one of the best memories.
Yeah? Oh, that's
going,
mad.
Nice.
Going to your house
Yeah.
in the garage, hanging out with the boys.
Yeah.
See, you
Come
don't
out
know
with the
you
tats.
don't know that, you know.
You don't
Like
remember
when you're
sometimes.
tattooing people, it
Yeah.
could be like their
Yeah.
best memory, and I don't know, it just goes past your head, you know,
Yeah.
until you talk to
Because-
him again a couple of years later, like
Yeah.
Ash,
Exactly.
and he tells you. It's, I don't know, it's
Yeah, I
pretty
was
cool.
gonna-
Yeah, it is.
And
yeah.
that is why, like, you know, I got another one on this side where that was before I met Dennis. It was just my wife and my first daughter, right? So we always talk about adding my 2 other daughters and finish this as a half sleeve, right? And then, you know, life gets in the way, you don't get the time. But whenever I talk to Nina about it, I was like, if anyone is gonna do it, it has to be Dennis.
Yeah.
It's just because of
Yeah.
that relationship
Yeah, man.
and connection
Sure.
we
Yeah,
had.
yeah.
Bro, someone else told me that. I was at, where was it? Johnny's wedding a couple of months back. And, you know, Johnny's a tattooist as well. He was Blake's apprentice, and he's doing real well for himself. Anyway, he's right into the tattoo industry, and he had a wedding, and everybody, I swear, all the top dogs from Sydney were there, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I started talking to some of them, and Alan from Black Jade, he told me about you know, customer service. You guys, people don't realize, man, but your customer service is, you could not be the best tattooist, but your customer service, they'll come back for you. You know what I
Come
mean?
back for you.
Like, he goes, man, look, I was wearing these Louis Vuitton shoes. You know what I mean? Silly looking shoes. Anyway, my missus wanted me to buy them for ages. You know what I mean? I never liked them, but yeah. Anyway, finally bought them. Went to Louis Vuitton, bought them. Anyway, this guy, he's going, look, you've got those Louis Vuitton shoes. I bet you still know a name. Like what did he say? He goes, I bet you still remember the customer service that you had from Louis Vuitton. I go, yeah, I do. He goes, I bet you still remember their name, don't you? I go, yeah, her name was Jen. He goes, man, he goes, that was an example of how people think of your customer service when you're tattooing them. So he goes, man, that's really important. People always remember you for your good stuff, and they remember you for bad stuff as well. So
Yeah.
you guys just keep that in mind. And it's always just stuck in my head, you know,
Sure.
like, yeah, just customer service. Like people have the best times getting tattooed, and just,
Yeah.
like I said, man, you never know, you know what I mean? Because we tattoo so many people.
That's right.
Yeah, we do.
You know,
yeah.
like,
That's right.
yeah, yeah.
we don't always remember their face and their
Yeah.
names, but I don't know. I
We
can
do
always
appreciate them, but right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Because
we
for-
do
Yeah.
appreciate it, you know?
Because
Yeah.
for people, for example, this little one in a garage, it's a full experience.
Yeah.
For
right.
someone, for the first tat, even the third tat, whatever it is, it's a full experience from start to finish. They remember that day. Even though for you guys, it's like, this is my clock in, it's my job, it's what I do for a livelihood. But for them, it's like a big deal. Like, I'm pretty sure so I got no tats, but my fiance Chelsea, she'll remember every single time that she got her little ones from that shop and everything.
Where did she go?
I don't remember where she. It was like little.
Yeah.
But if she wants more, I've been telling her. I actually told her, because I always have in my head ideas of what I would get for a tattoo, but I've never gotten one. But I always tell her that I'm gonna come see you, and I've been saying that for years. Remember when we came to the beach with Jesse? Do you remember that? I brought Jesse.
Yeah.
We went to Cronulla.
Yeah. I remember that.
We drove and we had a beach day, and then he
Yeah.
came and saw you and did yours. I mean, you did his.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And I was like, even from then, that was like 2017, 2018. And
See, I forgot about all that.
Yeah,
you know
see,
what I mean? I forgot about all that.
But
until
to
you
us, that's
mentioned
like
it
a
just
big
then.
day. Like, I remember, that's a big tattoo. That's a big day for
You always
Jesse.
remember like your tattoo, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
for
like-
sure.
Yeah, it's
And
not just a pair of shoes that you go buy.
Exactly.
That's it. And you know what? If I talk about this from personal experience, the person who's done this side, putting my wife's name and everything, I don't remember his name. I know where that tattoo parlor was,
Yeah.
and it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
But for me, this one stands out, right? I will never remember this guy anymore.
Yeah.
Right? For me, this stands out. I used to know Dennis from Full Force. I know this guy who comes in, does sparring, and I was the beginner class with my little fat belly running around, right? Trying to lose weight. And he would be with Ron, Michael, and them sparring. And I go, yeah, I'm not doing that. But then I got to meet you, and the experience I had in your house, in your garage. There were so many little things I remember. The bottle of Coronas. There's this guy, he takes his shirt off, his
Wow, it really was ghetto.
on his and because I was looking at tats, right? There was this guy who was doing bench press, and on his rib there was a koi fish,
Wow, yeah.
right? And I was like, whoa, that's mad. It must hurt. It's not doing that.
Definitely hurts on the
See,
ribs.
that's the same thing. Whenever I got tattooed by Blake, I can remember like each time where I was tattooed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, how much it hurt, and even our conversations. You know what I mean? Because those times are fucking, I don't know, they mean a lot to me. You know what I mean? Because it's done by my best mate. So
Yeah. Same here, you know?
yeah.
I'll never get rid of the tattoos he's done on me.
Yeah.
You know?
The tattoos that he done on me when he first started aren't the greatest. You know, he's fucking mad now. But I'd never get rid of it, you know. Like, it's just, for me, it's their memories. So. Yeah. They're always good. Man, the stuff that we've been through together, man, it's fucking, why would I ever cover it, you know? Just
But
what?
it also shows the growth.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you see that and you go,
Yeah.
that, and then now you got your
Yeah,
new one
you look
from
at his
you.
Instagram, he's one of the best in Sydney, you know? Like,
But we're
Yeah,
happy
the-
for each other, you know?
Yeah, for
Grow
sure.
together, you know?
What do you
Yeah.
think? What do you think your style is? Like, if someone that you've done, if someone that one of your clients that you've had previously, what would they say your style is like? Would they just be like? Would you guys say that you guys just do anything, or do you have like a specific style?
man, it's really what the trend is, you know? Like, with Blake, he's got a really smooth black and grey style, you know, and people go to him for it. They go to him because, I don't know, they enjoy being around Blake. If you look at all his customers, man, they're all like the same. They're all cool. They're all built.
Yeah.
They're all tatted up by Blake. Yeah, they're all the
Pretty
same.
covered, eh?
Yeah.
Loyal, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing better than a loyal client.
Oh man, he's got it all. You
True.
know, like
Yeah.
I had to go to Canberra, so I don't know.
How long
Yeah.
were you there for?
Bro, years. I was there from like 2000 and
It took
what,
you years to get
16?
that license, man.
7
7 years or
I
something.
remember
Hey,
man.
2016 because
ages.
you would go away for a
Yeah.
while from
Yeah.
the gym, then you
We were all constantly hustling in Sydney,
And what were
building
you
a
doing?
client base and whatever, you know?
where were you working
Tattooing
at
and-
the time?
I worked with Ronnie and
you
Alona in
did?
Kailua
Oh, you
in
did?
Piedmont. Yeah. I started a little thing but couldn't get licensing.
Yeah.
I went to work with Blakey at Yakisoba
Yeah.
in what's it called, Golden Tusk. Yeah, he threw me a spot
So you were
there.
at Kailua for a bit?
Yeah.
I think I might have,
Yeah.
because I was working at Piedmont before.
Yeah,
and I
you
would get
you
past-
pulled in. Yeah,
I pulled in once, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. You
What
can't
was it
beat.
like working with Ronnie? and-
Oh, Ronnie's great to work with, man. Ronnie's great to work with. Yeah, he's one of the boys, you know.
For sure.
Yeah,
One of the best too.
Yeah,
When I first
Yeah.
started this podcast, I said I did ask him during
yeah.
the pandemic that I wanted to get him on, and I still haven't been able to do it. So Ron, you're
Yeah.
next.
You're up, Ronnie. Where are you? He's got a
We'll
good
have you
demeanor,
guys back
Ronnie.
on
He's
as
got
well.
the best demeanor ever, man. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Good,
Yeah.
kind-hearted person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
Do you think your character and your heart bleeds into your work?
Of course.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be in a bad mood.
But it'll still be good, right? It'll still be good, right?
Yeah, everyone has their moments.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And I don't do my best work when I'm in my bad mood. So
How'd you come up with the concept of your new tattoo shop, and how's it been going in Lane Cove?
Yeah, it's been going good. I mean, like I've got my clients, so I can do the private studio thing. Luckily, but yeah, just
So it's
trying to
not like a
build it
walk-in
up.
thing?
No walk-ins, appointment
That's cool.
only. Yeah, you buzz in, and then like a jewelry shop, you unlock the door, you come up, and you get your time.
exclusive.
Exclusive.
How did you
Yeah.
come
Kailua
up with
does
the
it too.
name? Sorry.
No,
Yeah. How did you come up with the name 8?
So when we used to graph, we had a crew called HS. Me and
Yeah, I remember.
one of our good mates,
Yeah.
Murphy, me and him started a crew called HS, our HSC, Heaven Sent Hit
Somehow
Squad.
I remember this.
And yeah, so when I started the studio, I wanted to keep the letters as like a commemoration to, you know, the art that got me or kept me doing art until I
Yeah.
met this guy
Yeah.
and got into the tattooing. So all going through all words that started with H and nothing sort of fell into place. But H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. So 8 and then studio
That's
is
really
HS. But it's a bit cryptic, so
Oh, wow.
yeah.
It's, people
We
have
don't
to
do any of
know
that
the
gang
name.
stuff or
Yeah,
anything
if you
anymore.
know, you know, you know.
Yeah. But that's where the name came from. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, whenever I talk about Ron, again, Ron, you full force. Same for
Yeah.
me. You boys are full force, right? I talked to
Yeah.
Nina, my wife, about Ron. She goes, I can't see Ron grown up boy because Nina's seen him when he was a baby.
Yeah.
They all grew up together.
Yeah.
She goes, to me, he's still that little baby running around
Yeah.
on the grass. And I was like, no, he's married with kids and everything. So to us, right, you know, it's more than just doing tattooing and everything to us. When we look at you, when we look at Ron, it's family. You know, you mean a lot more to us than what you do in professionally.
Oh yeah. That's mad.
Can you boys remember some of the best tattoos that you've done on people? Or like some of your favorites, like off the top of your head?
I don't know.
The weirdest. I'll give you the weirdest tattoo I've done.
Yeah, what's some of the weirdest ones you've done?
This lady come in and she wanted her cat's markings. She had like a brindle cat, but she wanted it on a Pikachu.
Uh-huh.
So we took the photo of a cat, right? Photo of a cat with all the markings on the coat, right? And then put a tracing of Pikachu on the top and traced out all the markings of a cat onto the Pikachu.
On the Pikachu.
Yeah, and then did it above her ass cheek. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but
Yeah.
I've never forgotten it.
I don't know.
Very
I feel Blake does all the cool tattoos, you know.
Very
Like
original.
he's in the private studio. He does all the cool guys. He does all the cool tattoos, you know. Like I still work at a street shop, so I don't know. I still get all the weirdos, you know, that come at night. You know, like people that come in and like,
Because you're in Haymarket.
yeah,
right?
man. So I'll get all the drunk people.
the Asians come through. They just
Not
like,
really
"Oh, let's get a
Asians, eh?
tat,"
You mean
when
you
they're
get some
walking through.
Asians, but they're usually the guys from like Denmark and Germany.
The
You know, all the
tourists. You get the
tourists.
tourists.
Yeah, I'll get all them, and they come in all drunk, and they're like, "Man, our boy just lost the bet. We want like
Yeah.
our name on his ass. I'm like,
does that
and I
get-
hate it, dude.
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm
gonna
not a
say.
fucking
That's what I was
Be
prostitute.
careful now.
Yeah.
Everyone be careful
Yeah.
to come in drunk around this guy. He'll slap you up for mucking around.
That's
I'm
what
like,
You know,
man,
don't push it.
I'm always like, why get it on your ass? Get it on your neck. And I'll be like, that's the, you know what I mean? That's not much of a bet if you're gonna cover it on your ass. I'm like, get it on your neck. And everybody in the show would be like, get it on your neck. And they're like, nah, they don't want. It's a way of like, just getting him out of there, you know?
Because
Fuck, dude.
I'm just
that's
thinking,
not funny on your ass.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if it's like if you're someone that's very creative and you like you take pride in your work, and then
Yeah, I
someone
ain't no
comes in
fucking
and goes,
prostitute,
"Oh yeah,
man.
can you
That's
put
right.
can you put like a eternity on my I don't know, whatever they
My
think of.
pelvis.
And then you're just like, I don't know. Yeah, you're kind of like a slap in the face to
Nah,
someone
it's
that
like
does.
it's an insult.
Yeah,
It's an insult,
especially
you know.
when you
I
do great work.
Yeah, man. But fuck, that's all part of just being in a street shop, you know, compared to a private studio.
Yeah.
Like everything's legit in the private studio, man. Just everything's cool. Like Blake's got the choice to pick and choose,
Yeah, for
like
sure.
what he can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like he'll get emails and emails of cool shit. Yeah.
Would you say that you're like booked non-stop? Like there's no.
Prior to COVID, different story. 6 months book, close my books, you know, work like that.
Yeah.
After COVID, it's never come back.
Really?
And right now in the industry, we're noticing, like in every business,
Yeah, I think. It's
there's a decline. But I think that's because Sydney's the number one most dearest city in the world now. So to live, right?
That is true.
Sure.
Yeah.
Think about
So-
because you're from Lane Cove, right?
Yeah.
For you to just come out here to the hills, it would have costed you at least $20,
25. So it's $25 one way,
and then 25
25 back the other way.
Imagine that,
Yeah,
just to
so,
come here, plus
yeah,
petrol.
in tolls.
In tolls.
What do you take? The
Yeah.
tunnel and then.
M2.
Yeah, and the M2.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll take
Shit, I
about
didn't know
10.
it was that much.
Yeah, 20,
Yeah, no,
20
yeah.
25 each
Yeah,
way. And
no,
so
it's like
I'm originally from Doonside, right?
Yeah.
But moving out there, I still got my grandfather in Seven Hills.
Uh-huh.
So whenever I want to visit him, it's $50 each way.
yeah,
You know?
that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Because
Shit,
I
isn't
know
it,
it
eh?
now. People from the hills,
Yeah.
if you live out here, if you
Yeah.
need to go to the city, that's
Yeah.
$100 trip.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna pay parking, petrol, whatnot,
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I work
we
in the
get
city.
done up. Yeah, it's not worth
I
it.
work at Lane Cove Inn in the city.
Yeah. I would just.
You shouldn't have told me that. Now I'm
Catch
gonna. No
Yeah,
wonder.
bro. That's how much it
Scheming,
costs.
eh?
Where'd you grow up in Doonside? What school did you go to?
Doonside High. Doonside Tech.
Doonside Tech. But which side of Doonside were you? Like the
I was
IG
on
area?
Doonside, just up Doonside Crescent, past the bush.
Ah.
Yeah, so just right on the
Dooney
border
boy.
of Blacktown and Doonside.
My
But I
first
Born and bred
spent
Dooney boy.
most of my time in Doonside. Yeah.
That's why I know, because when you're saying HS, I'm like, I've heard that before. When I was
Yeah.
growing up. That's like 2000s,
It's a long time ago.
2010s, 2000s, high
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
And I, because I grew up, I always told people to be a bit more posh. I'd be like, oh, I grew up in Huntington Heights. You know
Yeah,
what that is,
yeah,
yeah?
yeah.
The other side of
Of
IGA.
course.
The other side of
Yeah,
the roundabout.
next to Rainbow, when it
But-
used to be called
next to
Rainbow, bro.
Yeah.
I would have lied and
Yeah.
said Woodcroft.
I'm like, yeah, Huntington Heights. where's
Two-story
that?
house in Woodcroft.
Yeah.
Where's Huntington Heights? I'm like, oh, it's like up in the hills near Blacktown. But really, it's
In
No
the
one
hills,
knows
eh?
that.
No one knows.
I've never even heard of it.
no, it's literally the other side of that roundabout
It's
from
not-
IGA,
yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
It's still Blacktown inside.
Yeah.
It's a nice sounding name. Better than
Heights,
Doonside, huh?
Heights, yeah, all right.
You always lived in Box Hill?
No, before Woodcroft.
Woodcroft.
Oh, yeah.
Hang
I
on.
used to stew at
So
Woodcroft
it's
Day.
off
I'd walk.
Doonside Crescent. Off Doonside Crescent. You know those
Yeah.
townhouses?
Yeah.
Do you know that one? Which ones I'm talking about? So on the edge of Woodcroft, they had townhouses, right? So I used to actually walk and knock doors and sell mobile phone plans. That's how I knew Woodcroft, right? I was
You're one
like,
of those guys.
hey, but to be honest, the most amount of people who bought from me
One of those guys.
are Filipino communities, right? They were so nice. They and then I was like walking and looking at the street. I go, this is where I want to buy, right? Because the people are so nice,
Fair enough.
right? So I ended up buying a townhouse off Dunside Crescent.
Yeah.
Those townhouses. So that's how when he said Dunside Crescent, you know kebab shop, they do chips and meat and stuff, HSP or something. Yeah. Do you know that little kebab place on the corner opposite the train station?
Not Oscar's. Oscar's is the
yes,
best kebab
yes.
shop in Dunside, you know? Shout out to Oscar and his brothers. I think Oscar's in Turkey now. But he's the man. Oscar's
Oh,
kebabs.
he used to dominate the market.
Yeah, he dominates every market, I think. Anyway,
But yeah,
What
that's
tasted
why-
better? King of kebabs or Oscars?
Oscar's.
Oscars.
Got to go to Dunside all the way.
the area.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
used to, I
It's
used
like
to go
winning
to
your prospect.
I used to go to him. I go, man, the portion size, it's not enough. So
Yeah.
then he goes, wait, Ash, and he brings out this large pizza box and the whole
The
filled
best.
with chips and meat and sauce.
Good heart, that guy, man.
Yeah,
I think he's
amazing.
fed the whole of Dunside for free.
I had
At
the
some
good days
stage or
with
another.
him. Like I would get out Dunside Station,
Yeah.
give him a call and just go say hello and just walk with that box of HSP home. The kids
Oh
used to
man,
wait
this
for it.
kebab store sounds good.
Oscar.
Oh,
I always went to Chicken King.
Oh, Chicken King's good too. Chicken King's
Chicken
good.
King
Yeah.
Chicken King goes off, bro.
The mushies, hey. Anyone tried the mushies
I love
from
those
Chicken
mushies
King?
too, bro.
How good
I
are they,
love
hey?
them.
Is it still the same?
I think I haven't been in a while. The last time I went, they've kind of gentrified a bit.
What do you mean?
They don't just serve for the Doonside, Quakers Hill, Woodcroft community. It's like they're trying to be a bit more a bit more
Premier.
Like a El Janas.
Yeah, you know, like the
Hello?
bit
No
more
way. Chicken King.
Man, we were driving
I'm disappointed to hear
here. We were driving here from my house, and we were like, "Man, there's more El Janas than a fucking Hungry Jacks."
so many.
There's so
Yeah,
many.
yeah.
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 They're so big. The Blacktown one changed. They went on the other side near the library, and it's massive in the corner
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
The
yeah.
one here,
Kicking off.
Was it Bella Vista,
Norwest
Massive.
that's
Yeah,
really,
yeah, I saw that one.
really big
Oh.
one.
That's the one we
Yeah.
drove past.
It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
big.
It's like they took over a whole
Yeah.
section.
Yeah, it's
behind
crazy.
the
Just
petrol
renovated.
station.
Crazy how.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm remembering
off.
El Jana from Auburn.
Yeah.
The only one that I remember.
Granville.
Yeah,
It's
Granville,
Granville.
sorry,
We
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
drive all the way
Me
there
too,
to
yeah.
read
Yeah, you can't beat
Granville, and
it.
now
Yeah.
they're everywhere. I think they got one in
Penrith.
there's one in the city. Yeah, they've got
There's one in
that,
Crow's
there's
Nest now.
Crow's Nest.
Yeah.
There's
I was
even
just
one-
telling
just
them about
opened.
it. Yeah, yeah.
There's even one in Tamil.
yeah, in Tamil.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta ask, what's it like there?
Oh, dude,
Like,
it's
to
the
work
best,
out
man.
there.
It's
Oh,
the
it is?
best. I drive all that way so I can work beside. I don't know if you've heard. His name's J Boy. Man, he's just the old school fucking. He's just so cool, man. He's into. See, people these days, man, they like artists, little young artists these days. They like to follow guys that they can draw a dragon or can draw a fucking cool heart with flames. You know what I mean? Like coming from an old school background, man, I've always looked up to this guy.
Yeah.
Now I get to work with him,
That's
Like,
mad.
man, this guy, he can draw dragons too, you know what I mean? But I like him. I've always had a fascination with fucking, choppers, cars, like old school hot rods, you know what I mean? And I learn every day that I'm there, I learn something new from this guy, you know what I mean? This guy, he can tattoo and he can chop cars. He's always up to the cool shit.
Yeah, yeah,
he's
that
always
you
chopping
like.
bikes.
That's nice.
He's always building bikes. He's doing flame works on just cool paint jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I pick his brain every day that I'm
That's
there,
mad.
man. and
What's
I'm
your mentor?
Oh, bro, yeah, hard.
Yeah, I was
Is
gonna
it-
ask you
yeah.
who inspired you at a young age, but if you're saying that,
Oh,
was
me,
him,
is
and now
it-
you get to kick with him.
It
all
was
the time.
it was always guys like I got into I wanted to be a tattooist so I can be like Mr. Cartoon, you know? Like Mr. Cartoon is?
Yeah,
Bro, he's the best. He's an airbrusher.
Yeah.
Like what he used to do was he used to tattoo upstairs from his I don't know what you call it, his shop. Like he'd do tattoos during the day and he'd go down and just airbrush at night, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Airbrush that cool Chicano stuff. And that's what this J-Boy does, you know?
Yeah.
Like he gets to tattoo during the day and he gets to go home. He's got this massive shed and he just works on cars all fucking night, man. You know, it's all the cool shit that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And now that I'm learning off him, like, yeah. I don't know.
He
man.
must.
It's just-
He must feel like he doesn't work a day in his life, eh?
Oh, he loves it.
If you think about it,
Yeah,
like
he
he's
loves
doing
it,
all
man.
the things
Yeah.
that he loves to do, and you guys
Yeah.
are doing that as well.
Yeah.
You guys,
I've
you guys
always-
are passionate about tattooing.
Yeah.
You guys are just doing it. It doesn't really feel like having to clock in all the time.
Oh,
I'm sure
dude,
there's
I
days,
can't-
but
There's days where I can't wait to get out of work so I can go to his shed and just learn something new, you know?
yeah,
Just learn how to do just airbrush. He's taught me how to airbrush. I've always wanted to learn for ages, you know?
yeah, that's my.
And now that working with him, he's teaching me other shit as well. And it's all in the works.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, what is in the works for both of you? With the shop and
Yeah, got the shop going now, so we're got a marketing team on board. Just see where we can push it from there. Got a few investments going, so hopefully something kicks off soon, and yeah, just keep moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I take it day by day, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I don't know. Something is always in the works. Doesn't always happen, you know?
do you want to have your own shop?
At the moment, probably not. I'd love to just build my clientele and just work at Blake's, you know? I enjoy working
Oh,
with
cool.
him.
That'll be.
I
mad.
get to,
It's like his shop anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
if I'm there
How-
or he's there, it's the same, you know?
How often are you there?
I'm there once a week. I'm there every Saturday. But as my clientele grows and just, you know, once everything gets back to normal, I hope, once the economy gets back to normal and people start getting tattoos again, I'd love to do more days at his, you know? Yeah, it's where I want to be. I don't even want my own shop.
Yeah,
I'd
Like
love
you'd
to
love
just,
grow his
just
one,
being
help grow
with
his
him.
one.
I learned stuff from him too, you know,
Yeah.
like his black and grey stuff's so smooth. Yeah, I always think I'm doing good until
You see his stuff.
until I start working with him and see his tattoos, the tattoos that he does in person. It's just fucking smooth, bro. It's hectic. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he teaches me like a couple of things as well,
Yep.
like little techniques. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here and there, how to talk to clients, how
Mm.
to discuss tattoos before the tattoo,
Yep.
like little things like that. You know, like I love it. I love working with. I learn heaps of shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's mad.
So going back to that, sometimes you know our viewers they never had a tattoo, right? And they have questions, and sometimes when they ask me question, I don't know, I can't answer it. So I'm gonna ask you some basic question here. So there's this guy I was talking to, he's into tattoos. He goes, how does that work? Do I look up my designs and everything and I decide on it and then an artist does it? Or I give an idea and someone like you guys who are very experienced put your own, I don't know how to say it, put your own spin to it and then come up with something fantastic.
You'll always get a better tattoo if you leave it to us. It's what we do for a living. We're passionate about it. We wouldn't still be here if we weren't.
Yeah.
You'll always get a better tattoo if you just let us do our thing.
Yeah.
Give us the subjects and shut up and sit there and deal with the pain.
Yeah, man.
You know?
So
Always.
If I was a new customer and I wanted to go get a tattoo with Blake, man, his Instagram speaks for itself. You
Yeah.
know, like you got to trust him. You can't, you can't go, nah, but I don't want this, but I don't want that, and I want it all to fit into my fucking forearm. This and
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know, you got to let him do his thing and just
Yeah.
you kind of got to trust him. You know, I think that's the hard thing too when you first
Yeah.
meet a tattooist
Yep.
and when you first get a tattoo. You know, like it's
The trust thing.
yeah, and Blake's good. He's good at talking you into to what's best. You know. Yeah, you just gotta
You gotta trust the
You gotta-
artist.
Yeah. And then artists work to their strengths and, you know.
No, that's a very
better
good
tattoo.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes people can get fixated on,
Yeah.
okay, I want this, right?
just get your
Yeah.
basic idea and let the artist
Let
work
the
with it.
artist-
Here,
do
here, I
the
got a
work.
fun one. I got a fun one. There's one idea that I've had for years, and I just haven't pulled the trigger. Right. So two of my idols, Kobe Bryant and Manny Pacquiao, have on their arm, they've got their wives' names on it. I'm getting married next year, so I'm thinking that I'm going to get my wife's name on, but I don't want to carbon copy Kobe's one, right? He has. I'll put the photo on the screen, but he has Vanessa. Kobe has Vanessa, and he has a butterfly crown at the top, right? And Pacquiao's one is just says Jinky. How if I showed you this photo,
Yeah.
how would you customize this to keep it similar, you know, like have your wife's name, but I like the whole butterfly crown, but I don't want to have the exact same one because people will go, oh, you just copied Kobe. What would you, from your like mind, looking at that, how would you change it?
Yeah, different font for your missus.
Yeah.
And the different, different crown. Yeah. And put them together. It's a whole different tattoo. Same like.
Hey, you'll have a better tattoo than Manny Pacquiao or Kobe Bryant because they're both shit. I don't know who you went to, Kobe Bryant or Manny Pacquiao, brother. But you're in good hands if you're coming to us because they look shit.
From someone that doesn't really know tattoos, right? But I just know what looks good and stuff. Sometimes I look at these NBA players and some other guys.
Celebrities have the shittest tattoos. Soccer players, NBA players.
Fighters, MMA fighters.
They have some
come over. We'll sort your shit tats out.
Lane Cove City, come over. When you go,
we'll sort yours out.
UFC's coming to Sydney next year. Yeah. Fighters that are fighting in UFC. If you want to book, where can we follow you to book you guys to get a proper tattoo? And you can check his Instagram out.
Instagrams, yeah.
Yeah, what's your Instagram?
Nibbles.Tattoo, Nibbles.Tattoo. 8eight Studio.
Yep. 8eight Studio.
Tattoos by Den. Instagram, yeah.
Let me tell you.
So to book Dennis,
hit me up on Insta.
Hit you up on Insta, and
that's
then
the best
you
way.
go to Blake and book in a time slot so you can meet your client there.
Yeah.
Is that how you guys work?
It's not far from the city.
Yeah,
you got you UFC fighters after your fights. You do have trash tattoos. Like I've seen some of them. They are bad.
Lucky he's got good head movement, right? Lucky he's got good head movement, eh? Yeah.
Look at Alex Pereira's tattoos.
Some of them.
Alex,
there's no creativity, or it might have been when they were.
Kobe Garbrandt's got cool tattoos.
Oh yeah, I've seen all these ones. Yeah. But some of them they are really bad.
Cody's look pretty good. Yeah.
Some of the
Dan Hooker's doing alright. He got some nice tattoos recently.
Who's got good tattoos that you've seen?
Dan Hooker's got some nice tattoos,
cool
man. He's gone all out, bro. He's just gotten blasted.
He was like me.
Yeah. That's right.
And then last year he just went, fuck
he's
it.
gone mad. Yeah.
Soldier
boy. Dan Hooker, what a man.
Or 8eight Studio.
Yeah, we've also got a website
downstairs.
We've also got a website for the with an inquiries form that you could inquire with Dan or me.
Yeah. I'll put all the links down
and
below.
Tattoos by Dan.
Tattoos by Dan on Insta.
On Insta, they send you a message, and then you sort out the rest.
Yeah.
Guys who ask me questions, never had tattoos. Leave it to the boys. Don't come up with some silly ideas.
Get cool shit.
For sure.
Leave it to us.
The last one I wanted to ask, have you seen, there's a page on Facebook that I've been following. I need to ask it because you guys are the specialists when it comes to tats. But I've been following this page on Facebook. It's a tattoo shop in Bali.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Do you follow, I don't know I don't want to name them because that's someone else's livelihood. But anyways, guys are coming from Perth or wherever, Aussies are going there. Yeah. And every time they post up a photo or a video, it's actually videos of the people that are getting the jobs done.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then everyone in the comments section they are giving it to them. Like, how bad is the job?
Yeah, but that's become a trend just on that page. If we're talking about the same page, you know? It's usually the people that don't fucking have any tattoos that are bagging. I mean, it's bad. Fuck the tattoos.
Yeah. Okay. But that's what I wanted to say. But also the way that they I think they've really delved into it. They're like, we're getting heaps of engagement. People are like commenting, smashing us on Instagram and Facebook. So fuck it, let's just keep doing the same content. But
man, like I don't know, Bali tats are so popular at the moment, eh?
Yeah,
it's
that's
cheaper.
right.
People would rather go there.
You can always find cheaper, guys. You can always find cheaper wherever you go.
Yeah.
But you won't find good.
You
know, so
and they do it really fast as well. Like they'll have 2-3 artists on you. You know, give you a couple of trammies.
A mate of mine fell asleep in Bali and he was like sloppy as running amok. Will, shout out to Big Will. He fell asleep and when he woke up, a different guy was on his back. The first tattooist had enough. He said, and left the shop, and so they got another guy to finish his back. He woke up, he's
someone
like, "What the fuck? Where's my artist gone?"
Bro, but that's crazy because everyone's different, so like the work's not going to look seamless.
Yeah.
Well, I think so.
You can always tell the guys that have the Bali leg sleeves. You know?
Yeah.
They're all the same.
Oh, that's the thing as well about that page. everyone goes, bro, you couldn't. They must have like a stencil or a template of 6 tattoos, and then it's just like, oh yeah, I'll get that one because everything looks the same.
Yeah, it's
to
all
them.
on Pinterest
all
anyway.
the
You
same.
know? Yeah.
They must just go on Ron Stoppable's Instagram and just Jackie's tattoos
Yeah.
straight
I've
off
had so
there
many
and
people in
repeat,
Canberra.
you know?
I've had
Hey.
so many people in Canberra showing me, and they're like, I want this one.
Yeah, Ronnie.
But how do you get around that? Do you like message Ryan and go, hey bro, this is your work, but someone's asked me to do
No,
something?
there's
or do you
always
change
like
it?
there's always like a similar tattoo on Pinterest. You know what I mean? I always steer them onto that one.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's all the same, but
because there's inspiration
but tweaked. You know?
but you tweak it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So what we do is we get like say a model from Pinterest.
Yeah.
We draw on their face, this and that, and it becomes a different chick. You know?
Yeah. True.
Yeah. But these guys in Bali, man, they're just fucking straight on slap.
Yeah, it's literally like,
Straight
oh,
on,
I want
slap,
number
slap,
one.
slap.
Give me
Yep,
number 1 and
next one.
6 and just chuck it on.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, man, they're just
Like a
they're on a
sweatshop.
hustle, bar,
Yeah,
you
the
know?
hustle.
Like, what do you do? They're
It is what it is,
Does
man.
has AI changed? I don't know. I'm just thinking.
It's starting
has AI
to.
changed
It's
anything
starting
for you
to
guys?
now.
For me, yeah.
Yeah?
For me, yeah. Because you'd only say because I do a lot of black and grey.
Yeah.
So I'd go off. Say I did a statue.
Yeah.
How many statues have been carved in
Right.
marble over the years?
Yeah.
You know, there's only a few to go off, right?
Yeah.
So different angles, different lighting, whatever, or how you could manipulate it.
Mm.
But now you can create that on AI and have something
Yeah,
straight
it's getting
custom,
better
unique.
too, man.
and then
It's getting
manipulate
better.
the AI design,
Yeah.
right? And it still look realistic. So
Crazy.
yeah,
Crazy.
That's
future looks
interesting.
bright.
Crazy.
You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah. Don't get Bali tattoos.
All right.
Do your research. Do your research.
100%.
Help our
Do your
economy.
research.
Keep the money in Australia.
Yeah, yeah. Support local.
Yeah. And get real, like, proper unique things to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, stay unique.
Nothing bad to the Bali guys. You know,
Yeah.
they're just on the hustle.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But like, I'm thinking of someone that's blank canvas. If I wanted to get something, I would get something that's unique to me. I like being unique in this world. To me, it's very strange to do what everyone else has or
Yeah, of
does.
course.
Yeah, change that Kobe Bryant tattoo.
We gotta change that.
Change it
No, I
up,
got the
brother.
name, I got the ID, but we got to change the whole thing. Boys, I want to say thank you for jumping on.
Hey, thanks
That
for
was
having
real
us.
Thanks for having
Mate,
us.
thanks for
Yeah,
having
it's
us.
been
For
a
sure.
pleasure.
I'm going to book my days.
Boys, guys,
Got the phone ready.
I'm going to leave all the links down below. Make sure to give us a like, subscribe if you made it all the way here. Thank you to Dan, Blake for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks.
Thank you.